Now part 6 we fit the skid plate. It is marked, there's sort of little impressions in it, and the 4 little ones go towards the rear. It's held in again with 2 more 2.56s. One thing I have done, it's not perfect, but I worked on a washer, increased the hole size and made it into a shim, so the E-clip is fitting on the washer rather than onto the metal of the chassis, so that should be a bit better. We're now going to, like I said, put this centre skid on. The little hole's towards the rear, and it goes through these 2 holes here. Sorry the light's not better, but it is a dull day. And there we go, as you can see, the 4 little bits at the back. So that's in the correct place, and that completes part 6. Now part 7 is putting on the side rubber, or rock slider you could call it, and it uses these large screws, and they are terrible. They don't want to fit onto the hex driver, so we've had to force it a little bit. But the quality of these screws are really poor. Well, actually this screw's okay, it was just, must have been one, but then it is poor quality because the screws should go together. Don't know what's going on there, but that don't want to go in. You can see how much trouble I'm having, but they're on. Well, it's on. That took quite some forcing, because I don't think there's a direction. That's the point. Definitely this side's longer, but then it angles that way, so expect that to be a lot longer. But it says nothing in the instructions. Oh, it does, long and short. That's as tight as it's going to go. That's it. That completes stage 7. Now part 8, you've got to make 2 spring hangers with these brackets, and then you screw one on to the chassis side for this side. These are the screws you used, step screws. and just push it up inside. I must have the wrong ones. Something's not quite right. 26 on the hanger, yeah. So why didn't they go in? It could be they're just a sort of a mounting point. You know, they go in and lock off to make the joint. But they seem to need a bit of persuasion. You know what I'm saying? They definitely don't fit very well. I'll look through the parts, but I don't think there's any others. Because I think the tops are the same. Yeah, 26s, 27s, 57s. Bags I've used. '57. So they are the correct parts. Well, these don't fit. They're the correct part. They line up roughly with the book. And it says push straight upwards. Well, we tried that. When I hold them together, there just seems to be very little meat. Oh well, it looks like another part we've got to fettle. Now I've got one to fit. It's a slight bit of movement, but they just don't want to go in otherwise. So what I recommend is a file and just file it just a little bit. And see how it goes in. Saying a bit more off this side. Like I said, take your time doing this. See how that goes. I think we got it. Quick check with the screw. If it starts to thread, I'm going to take a chance and fit it final. Now, being truthful, you shouldn't have this much aggro fitting parts. There we go, that one's tighter, but now we fit it to the chassis. I'm going to fit this one first. 4 little screws. Let's see what size these are. Well, they are 1mm. And there's only 4 holes these can go in. So it does show the quality of King Kong. It's not quite as good as Cross, but then Cross don't use these sort of chassis rails, but that's beside the point. But I've never had to fettle quite as hard as this to get parts to go together. Don't go too mad. Not over tightened, but tight enough. And there's the second hanger on. And that completes part 8. Right, part 9 is fitting this bracket, which is this one here. Slightly different to the picture, because that looks like it's machined where this is stamped. And that goes on with 2 3mm by 6. So the 2 holes are right next to the previous bracket, so it's not hard to do this one. There we go, and that's how the bracket goes on, completing stage 9.